Fathers play an important role in their children's social, emotional, intellectual, language, and motor skill development. It is important for a father to be around for their children when they need support, guidance, and encouragement. The father should be actively engaging with his kids in a meaningful way that connects with them. Research has determined that it is not the amount of time that one spends with children that determines the value, but rather it's the quality of those interactions. Involvement of the father does not start at birth, it starts during pregnancy. The soon to be father can do a lot to ensure that the home is prepared for the children's arrival and that the home is a place of comfort, safety, and learning. Assisting the mother and helping her to prepare for the transition from pregnancy to postpartum is crucial in creating the environment needed to build a healthy family. Over the course of this talk, we will discuss modeling healthy behaviors, the importance of sports and playtime, the importance of seeking preventative care, and ways to support kids in their chosen activities. Children look to their parents for advice, help, comfort, but also as a potential model of what to do or how to behave in certain situations. This ties in with the idea of observational learning. Observational learning is where a child can learn how to do certain tasks by just observing others. Children begin to do this from early adolescence and it continues into the later years of childhood. Observational learning can result in smaller imitations, such as a child copying their father's mannerisms or ways of expressing oneself, but it also shows in more serious contexts. The child will observe how their parents deal with stress, anger, and sadness, and will observe that these are acceptable ways to cope with such emotions or at least be exposed to one form of response to different situations. This can be problematic if the father turns to things such as drugs, alcohol, or violence in these situations. It's especially dangerous if these negative actions are then redirected onto their spouse or other members of the family. Even if the child does not end up replicating these behaviors exactly, witnessing these responses can have massive impacts upon their development and cause them to become desensitized to such behavior. Positive and negative reinforcement can be powerful tools here. Fathers should demonstrate that there is reward for managing your emotions properly and that consequences will arise when resorting to things such as anger and violence. Why is it important for fathers to engage in sports and playtime with their children? Playtime accounts for a greater proportion of a father's interactions with their children when compared to mothers. Studies have shown that 6-month-olds whose fathers are directly involved with their care will tend to score higher on motor development tests. This can be attributed to fathers tending to do more one-on-one play with their children in more intense ways, often described as rough and tumble play. This allows the child to understand what their bodies are able to do, as well as teaching them how to regulate their emotions during different physical contact. This is especially important for young boys to learn. They begin to explore their own strength and natural tendency to engage in more physical playtime activities. In fact, studies have shown that rough and tumble play has reduced aggression and increased self-regulation among adults, as well as improved working memory ability. Support coming from a father can make all the difference in the world to their kids. Children are constantly looking for recognition, support, and encouragement from those who they look up to. Studies have shown that children with supportive fathers are more likely to have high self-esteem, greater confidence, and generally tend to be happier overall. Additionally, they were found to have less hesitation and fear when encountering new situations, increased ability to resist peer pressure and stand up for themselves, as well as greater tolerance for stress and frustration. One easy way to fill this desire for support and recognition is to be present and encouraging in their sports and extracurricular activities. These activities offer children the opportunity to explore different areas of creativity, expression, as well as their own physical capabilities. Sports, for example, are an excellent way to build these connections. Through sports, the father can teach their child about discipline, dealing with pressure and adversity, mutual respect for others, the traditions born from it, as well as how to appropriately deal with a loss or failure. It is also important to remember that the father is benefiting from these experiences as well. They can gain a sense of joy or fulfillment in seeing their child do what they love and being able to help guide them through different challenges that arise. According to the National Fatherhood Initiative, only 60% of men go to the doctor yearly for routine checkups. On average, men die 5 years earlier than women. Over the course of their lifetime, over 31% of men will suffer from depression. In 2021, only 37.1% of men between the ages of 55 to 69 had a screening for prostate cancer, despite it being the second leading cause of cancer deaths among males in the US. These statistics are to highlight the importance that needs to be placed on fathers routinely looking after their own health. Many health issues are able to grow unbeknownst to the individual and may hinder their ability to engage with their children. Over the course of this discussion, we have talked about how important it is for a father to be around and engaged in a child's life, but they cannot do that if their own health is failing. It is important to encourage fathers to schedule routine doctor visits, express their feelings of sadness and depression, and to look through their family lineage for a history of increased prostate cancer risk. Additionally, fathers can engage their families in healthy and physical activities such as hikes, trips to the park, friendly yard games, and much more. These activities will help to promote healthy lifestyles habits among all participants, helping to increase the ability of fathers to take part in their children's lives.